My name is Chigozie Obi, and I'm a visual artist living and working in Lagos, Nigeria.
How is that going?
It's going okay. I mean, art is what I'm passionate about. So it's very nice that I'm able to explore that. But also, art isn't just like play or anything. As much as everybody's working, I'm also working. So I have to channel a lot of my energy and learn and grow and all of that. But I think it's been going okay so far. It's been nice. Just arts, full-time artist. I have a younger brother, and I had a mom and I have a dad. So we grew up. I've been in Lagos all my life, and we weren't really like an art family, to be honest. Nothing really on the walls or anything. It was the year before I got into uni. I started drawing, and then I was able to speak to my dad with the help of some family members and convince him to let me study arts. So that's how I kind of came about arts. I didn't really have much of it in my childhood, to be honest. But yeah. Twitter actually. So that year that was the year of the 6 month strike, and I was just about to get into school. So we were at home. And then I used to follow this artist who used to draw on Twitter. And I had oh actually so I had when my first introduction to art actually was in secondary school when we did fine arts. So that was like maybe one of the only subjects I did well in. And so from there I just like started doing it more, like I had all this free time, and I started like imitating what she was doing, like the artist on Twitter, what she was doing, and just like getting more materials and drawing more and being like, okay, actually, like, this is something I've been good at and maybe I can actually pursue it full time. So yeah, just free time. I love the fact that I can use it to express what I'm feeling. It's a great channel to do that, and I can use it to reach a lot of people as well without having to talk directly to like one person. I have a lot of thoughts and I have a lot of things to say, so it's a good medium to share that. I like that it's something I'm passionate about and I can do that full time. Not a lot of people get the opportunity, I think, so it's really good that I have that. And yeah, I like it because art is beautiful and also ugly and everything in between. Well, I'm able to just produce things, like the work of my hands is that. So yeah. I usually first get my idea. So I'm always like writing down things and jotting down things because things always come to me to want to work on. And then when I take something I want to work on, I then make my sketch. So it's either I'm taking reference pictures, I take my reference pictures, or I get pictures on the internet and then flip them so that they become my own image. I speak to people because my art, it talks about, aside from just like creating art for the sake of art, I also use it to talk about things that affect me personally and my society and women. So I speak to people, I get their views and their thoughts about what I want to talk about so that when I'm making it, it's being made very well and made with research and made with knowledge. And then I go into the studio, I play music, I always play music when I'm working. And yeah, I go begin the work. So I'm multidisciplinary. So I'm open to using anything. At some point I want to go into sculptures as well. I think like art is so vast, and why should I limit myself? So I work with everything and anything. My favorite medium though is oil paints, which I use is my major medium. But it's interesting like working with everything because even when working with other mediums, you're still kind of learning, and that you know goes into other mediums as well. So like when I paint digitally, for example, things like color theory, I learn about that and then I can put that into my traditional painting. So it's just like a mix of everything really. Yeah. That means the Journal of Chigozie. I started being more intentional with taking photos after I lost my mom, actually. I realized that we didn't have so many pictures together, and after someone dies, that's like it. So I started taking pictures of my everyday life, myself, my friends, but also just documenting things I see, and then sharing that. It's very interesting to come back to. It's very nice to have the memories of that, and it's very important for reference as well, and just like remembering things after you're gone as well. There are things that you've left behind, people can also see. And yeah, so like Le Journal de Gauzier, it started actually with my Instagram page. I have an Instagram page called that, but then I've also transitioned into painting about that. So like when I went to London for my residency, the series I worked on was based on that's how it was traveling out for the first time, documenting that, documenting people who helped me during my stay and who I met, documenting the places I went to, documenting the new experiences I experienced there. So all of it's wrapped in all its Le Journal de Gauzier. Yeah. I think for the different mediums, anything can come out of them. Cause sometimes like with like digital painting, for example, that is more of like a fun thing I do. It's like a hobby. I do it to just create art for the sake of art. Even when I'm doing like watercolor or pastel, but at the same time, sometimes I talk about deeper things with them because there's no limit to what I can use to like speak about like my work. So, but then I have series and I have single work. So a particular series might speak on something. So the Journal de Gauzier is big on documentation of my life, but I have series like Coming Up for Air, which speaks on the things that women have been told to change about themselves by society and how they react to that. I have A Seat at the Table, which highlights women working in different occupational fields and honoring them. So it's just like different series, but any medium can talk about any series. I took pictures of pounded yam. I took pictures of pounded yam. I thought were very beautiful. So I got pounded yam delivered to me, and that was the first time I ever had it delivered in that leaf, like that full leaf instead of nylon. I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. I took pictures of it. I thought, oh my god, people would love to have this. Actually, some people already reached out to me that they wanted, prints of it, but I wasn't just making it then. So I thought, okay, finally, let me share this, with people. It'd be lovely to have, especially like in kitchen spaces, food photography. And then I got dragged because people were like, I don't know why you try to capitalize off pictures of pounded yam that I can go and buy the pounded yam myself and snap. It's like, all right, do that then. But then the beautiful thing about it is that a lot of people ordered. And I think people sometimes limits. So many people were like, oh, this is not what you sell to Nigerians, and you don't have the market for it here in Nigeria, which is, I think, really sad and bad because in a sense it limits Nigerians to, or people just limit Nigerians to like a certain kind of art. But art is so vast. There are people who do food photography for a living. They literally take pictures of food and they're big, they're making it, people love their work. Why not Nigerians? Why can't they buy it? And as you can see, they have bought it. So but yeah, photography is everything. I love the fact that I'm just able to take things, write about things, share it, and I love that people are interacting with it. I love that it shows a bit of where I'm from, Lagos, or wherever I'm going to. And yeah, so come and buy the prints, come and buy, I have a lot of photographs you can buy. Social media has been very helpful actually. I know that even with reaching people, Nigeria is just an Africa. I think a lot of spotlight is on us right now, and it wasn't as much as this before. And with the help of social media as well, you're able to reach a whole new markets without having to even travel or leave where you are. So of course, social media has helped me with that, like, who sees my work and who shares my work and who speaks about my work and who knows about me. And then also with things like feedback and how the access I have to other artists as well, connecting with people that I may have never been able to connect to if not for social media. So it's very helpful in that sense, but there are also the bad sides. Social media can make you compare yourself a lot. You're seeing things that you've never seen before. You have doubts, and if you let those doubts foster, social media might not be the best place for you to be if you're very insecure as well. People can be very mean, people can just talk without doing research or knowing what they're talking about, especially to artists. Like, I don't know, man. You guys need to really, Nigerians especially, we really need art education, I think. But yeah, so it's like, it's been very helpful, but at the same time, it's hard, like it's bad sides. In the whole nutshell of things, I think it's been more helpful than bad. So I'm gonna stick by it. Yeah. I think a major change for me actually was when I won Artex. That's like a prize that happens in Lagos. It was kind of like recognition, like, okay, you've done work and then now you're actually being awarded for it. And then just, I feel like when people, when you go out and people are like, oh, hi, Chigozie, I know your work and I like your work and everything. That was when I was like, okay, people are actually like, knowing my style and knowing, when they see my work, they know it's me, and then they actually like my work, and then it's inspiring people to do stuff and all of that. So when I started like, getting more of those messages or like people meeting me and, winning things, I was like, okay, like this is actually like, proper, like, things are changing. It's not the same anymore. So let's say last 2 years. It was great. Like, it was, I mean, it's not like I didn't believe I could win, but I was just like very surprised when I first got picked. I was like, okay, out of all these people, me? Cool. And then I now won because, they first picked like 5 of us before they did not pick the final one. And then the opportunity that came with it was amazing. I got to travel out for the first time, mostly funded. And just had like a show at Artex, like a solo booth at Artex itself in November. So it was really like, it was just a thing that was like, okay, yeah, like I can do this. And it encouraged me to, apply for more things when I'll start applying again, and just like, thinking about my work and how I can just like, grow with it and what more can come from that. So yeah, it was amazing. It was, yeah, life-changing. There is this artist on Instagram, Alexandra Couch. She is Black American. She's influenced me a lot because, her work is, she also works with different mediums as well. And she just like does things and expresses herself that work very free. So it's been helping me. I mean, I'm still, influenced by her, but just helping me to open up more and try out different things and, seeing how I can put my work together. Also Njideka Kunyili Crosby, she works with like Pix Media, which is something I'm trying to like, get more into. So I like how she uses her materials, makes a match, that kind of thing. And yeah, I have more influences now. Can't fully remember everybody, but those two are really, really helpful. Beyonce is one of my influences as well. That one, they work. I want to work like I like her work ethic. Very inspiring. Yeah. Art is not like some people, actually art is a 9 to 5 for some people, but my kind of art, I don't work for anybody. It's mostly for myself. So financial issues can come up. Not as crazy now, sure, but like, especially when I started off, like, you don't know when you're going to sell work. You don't know even if you sell the work, it's not like every time it might not be big money or, whatever. So the financial issues, of course, have been there. Yeah. And just things like, self-value. Art is so vast, you might not get opportunities, like you might not win things, you might not get recognized for a while. So that can really hit on your confidence and just make you feel like, oh my god, am I doing rubbish, or whatever. People will talk down on your work. People will try to devalue your work even when they're like trying to buy your work. So many different things like that. So all those things can just affect how you view yourself as an artist. And what else really? I think that's mostly it. Financial issues, self-confidence issues, the business side of art as well. I don't really like business so much. So I've struggled with just knowing that, okay, I actually have to like get on the business side of things to push my arts as opposed to just running on vibes, which I'm trying to do more now. So yeah. To be honest, it's like I don't know, like when I started selling my work, I had a particular price point I sold at. But as I got better and as I got more recognized, I just started increasing my work more. It's kind of, I feel like it's a personal journey for everyone, really, like how they value their work. Um, at this point, I just feel like I'm at this price point where I feel like I've worked hard enough. The recognition I've gotten is, enough for my work to be at this price. I won't say what the price is, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just increased over the years, because I've been working, I've been getting things. The more recognized you are, the more likely your prices are to increase. Also with things like auctions, so people go into like auctions, they put their work in auctions. They might have a particular price point for it, but what people buy it at would be way more. So it's like if my work was valued at 300,000, they buy it at 3 million. I'm not going to be selling my work at 300,000 again because now my work has been bought for 3 million. So I might not sell all my work at 3 million, but I'm definitely increasing the price by that. Also, like just when people buy your work a lot, like if you're in hot demand, that also makes you feel like, okay, obviously I'm more valued now, so price is going up. That kind of thing. Yeah. Art is definitely an investment because, you know, if you buy, like just like I said now, the amount I was selling at before is not what I'm selling at now. It's increased. So if you bought my work back then and you want to maybe sell my work now, you sell it at a higher rate. So it's just the same with like all artists, you know. People, there's like so many different sides to art. Like some people, even some auctions, it might be, there are people that people look forward to. Basically, they're projected to have, higher sales and things like that. So some people actually just, they're looking at, okay, who am I buying? I'm buying so person because they have potential, or in the market it's looking like this person might scale up, and it's a good place to keep your money, just knowing that you have pieces of art you can always, try to sell off if things happen or whatever. So of course it's a very good investment, because it's also a great investment because you're buying art for investment's sake, but then you're also getting beautiful visuals. You can hang, you can gift people. It's like a two-in-one deal, and it can also connect to you very deeply. So that's like a three-in-one deal. Emotionally connected to it, you have a beautiful piece of work, or it might not be beautiful in a sense, but it's a lovely piece of work that you think is lovely, and then you also have an investment which you can make money off. So what's not to love it? And that's, I love fashion. I like dressing up, wearing nice things, and probably would, I think, yeah, I'm gonna go into that, like, look more into that as a thing to just enjoy. It's kind of like art. It's something that I think I have the passion for, so I will enjoy it even though it's work. And then what else? I like music a lot. I feel like I'll go into music eventually. Maybe they'll drag me again for singing. I don't know. Maybe, but nobody died of dragging me, so I'll do it. Honestly, this podcast, this is one of my goals this year, actually, to begin that podcast again. It was really nice when we started it, just talking about art. I don't think we have a lot of art podcasts in Nigeria. So it was really nice, getting people, but life just happens and then you just get so busy and everything. So we're trying to get back into it this year. We just want a place where we can really talk to artists, especially in Nigeria. I feel like also our sense of community is not that great, so that could also help with just creating a community, advising people, having people come on the show if you want to ask things, all these kind of things. But right now, just give us this year, we'll get back on it. We're gonna be serious. Honestly, I thought nobody was listening like that, but when we went off, a lot of people were like, oh, when I guess coming back, and I was like, yeah, you're listening. I love spending money, but but having to think about money, I feel like money is just such a funny thing sometimes. Like sometimes just like, why do we need money to just exist and live life the way we want to live life? I would love to not have to worry about money. But at the same time, it's like you can't just always have that mentality to, live your life. You have to get money. So this year, one of my goals is actually just trying to be more money wise, how I spend, budgeting, things I'm buying, but also making more money so that I can enjoy my life still. So, so this year, I'm thinking about how, okay, with the business of arts, I think everything I do will still be arts inclined mostly. How can I use art as a medium to, like, get over other avenues to make money? And then, be more intentional about saving, be more intentional about budgeting. Very, very, budgeting is hard. I think it's harder for artists because we don't have monthly pay. You don't know where your money is coming. So it's very tricky, but I'm trying to really find a way to just, I'm being more intentional about, like, putting my money into things as well that can return money into my pockets. Not even now, but like in the long term. Just, yeah. So money is like, I hate it, but I love it. I love money I didn't work for the most. Nicest. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on investing?
Mm. I think of course, I think it's really important, but it's very tricky. You don't know what's investment is like. Investment is just funny because you don't even know. You could put money into okay, you didn't put money into Bitcoin. Bitcoin went up and hit 60K. You now put money into Bitcoin, it now crashed and took all your money. It's just like, like, what? Well, I don't even know. You can't predict the future. You don't know what is going to do well. You don't know what is not going to do well. You can only hope and pray, and you do whatever you're doing. But at the same time, I'm trying to just look for things I can put my money into. Like I said, actually doing research on it. Pray, not I don't even pray really, but I'll pray for this. I'm like, please let this one be, one of it. I hope that one day I can invest my money into something that will just hit, clear my everything, angel investor, that kind of thing, and I'll just retire. So, but yeah, investment is like, it's very important to invest your money. It's okay. I like the fact that it is somewhere I can, again, put my money and just be like, okay, I have money here. I'm investing. I like the fact that it's like, just like with technology, I like the fact that technology allows you to do things from like the comfort of your home. So I don't need to go somewhere to invest my money. I can do it online and just have it there. I like the fact that Rise has different things I can invest my money into. There's the stocks, there's buildings, there's like, everything. So yeah. I don't know actually, but the painting I'm working on right now, I think, is one of my favorite right now. So I never have like I just have one that's, it's like when you work, you're like, gosh, this is my favorite work. Then you do another painting, you're like, no, this is my favorite work. So the painting I'm currently doing right now is my favorite painting. So when it comes out, I would say be true to yourself. It might sound cliche, but it's very, very, very important. I go to sleep at night every day, knowing fully well that everything I put out is very genuine. I don't have to, when anybody wants to talk to me about my work or when I want to talk about anything, I don't have to start thinking, what was it that I said I was trying to say? I can't remember because I lied, or I made that up. I never have to do that because everything is authentic. So it's very, very important. I would say never give up. Everything sounds so cliche, but it's really the truth. Art is, and life is hard. It can feel very lonely. You can just feel like, you can feel like crap, as we said, but just keep going. I think that, you keep working and you'll get rewarded for it eventually. It might not be the way you want to as well, but you'll be rewarded somehow. And hopefully, the reward is more than your expectations, which is what everybody hopes for. And yeah, you're not alone as well. You're really not alone. You might feel like that, but we are all going through it together as a collective. So sending a very big warm hug to everybody, yeah. And yeah, just keep working. Do you?